Hi, so this is my last video for now in this series on forming and solving equations. Last video for now anyway. So we're going to finish today at looking at these type of equations, which again we're going to reduce to something that we know how to do from the previous video. So once again we have our inverse operations up here that we're going to be using, plus and minus, multiply and divide, or cancelling each other. So this is the first one we're going to look at. So in the video before last, we looked at if we had something like 4x plus 1 divided by a number equals another number. So we solved those okay, I'd like to think. Once we moved on from that, we looked at solving equations with x's on both sides. And both of those are going to kind of come into play here a little bit. So the way we solved the ones with a denominator, the ones that had a fraction, so for example, if this was over 3, for example, we would times by 3 on both sides to get rid of it. And this case is very similar, so your intuition might tell you what you need to do here. So instead of timesing by a number on the bottom, you're going to times by exactly what the bottom is. So we're going to times both sides by 2x plus 3. And this is where it kind of looks a bit intimidating, but this is the beauty of inverse operations, right? Going right the way back to that first video. So this is 4x plus 1 times a number, but then divided by that same number. So no calculation whatsoever is needed. You just know that they cancel each other. And this is 4x plus 1. On this side, we're going to have 3 times 2x plus 3. So from lessons, you should be able to expand these brackets fairly comfortably from what I remember. So I will do this bit by bit just for my observers. So 3 times 2x plus 3 times 3. So 3 times 2x is 6x. And then 3 times 3 is 9. So we now have an equation with variables on both sides, which we know how to solve. So let's do that. So this side has the least amount of x's, so let's remove it and collect our x's up. So minusing 4x on both sides, I get that these two cancel, and I get that 1 is equal to 6x minus 4x, which is 2x, and then we have this plus 9 on the end as well. So now this again reducing to a two-step equation, which we've done many a time at this point. So we're going to minus 9 on both sides, so these will cancel. On this side I'll get 2x, and on this side I'll get 1 minus 9, which is going to be minus 8. So we're almost done. So now we have 2x equals minus 8, so we're going to divide by 2. So x is equal to minus 8 divided by 2, so x is equal to minus 4. And this solves this equation up here. And again, so it's just like I said, referring back to all these previous steps, returning into something we know how to do. I cannot emphasize how important that is. Okay, so we're going to have a look now at this last bit. So I have another equation over here which we're going to solve, and let's do that the exact same way. So I'm going to get rid of this denominator by timesing by 5x plus 2, and like I said before, doing the same to both sides. And that is the same as we did over here. The beauty of this is we know it's 7x minus 1 times by a number, but then divided by that same number. So we know that they just cancel. No scary multiplication or division needed. We know that this is 7x minus 1 because these two just cancel. And then on this side, we've got it equal to 2 times 5x plus 2 times 2. So expanding this bracket, this is 10x plus 4. So once again, I'll draw these lines. So 2 times 5x is 10x, and then 2 times 2 is 4. Right, and now this is an equation with variables on two sides. So let's solve this. So this has the lowest amount of x's. So let's minus 7x on both sides. So this on this side, this is going to cancel. So this is going to be minus 1. It's going to be equal to 3x plus 4. And then this isn't going to come out very nicely, but just bear with me. So now we have a two-step equation. So let's minus 4 on both sides. So now this and this will cancel. So I'll get 3x, and it's equal to minus 1 minus 4, which is minus 5. So let's finish this off by dividing both sides by 3. So this will cancel, sorry. So now x is going to be equal to minus 5 over 3, which doesn't divide very nicely, truthfully. If you want to put a number on it, it'll be about 1.667-ish. but I'm more concerned, I'd be more than happy with the answer like this. So that's equal to x, and then you've solved it. So that's these two examples done. So please feel free to rewind the video if you need to, and there'll be a worksheet attached for you to have a go at. Go until you're confident, but don't do too much, because these are quite long and intensive calculations. So just do a handful until you are confident.